This week I am out of the multipurpose room and I'm in the office in the pantry putting up shelves. These shelves have been hanging around in the rest of the house and it is time to get them into their forever home. And I very much surprised myself by actually not liking one of the results. Hi, welcome to my channel and welcome to my homestead. My name is Elizabeth. Glad you could drop by. Yeah, this week I put up shelves. The idea is that there is an awful lot of clutter in the rest of the house. A lot of it has to do with things that came out of the multipurpose room, and it is basically driving me nuts. So there's a lot of things that I know where it's going to go, and last week I did put up some of the things that I knew where they were going to go. So in keeping with that, this week I did the shelves. These I prepared quite a while ago, did all the painting and whatnot, and they've just been taking up space in my living room. So I'm getting them up on the wall. But also there are things that are going to go on those shelves that are in the rest of the house. And it's just going to help me free up space, because at this point I really need to know what kind of storage space I have, either in the cabinets in the office here, because there's 2 cabinets here, or in the multi-purpose room in the craft area itself, where I am going to be able to store my craft supplies and equipment. The items that I know where they're going to go, I'm getting them up and in their forever home, so that it frees me up to figure out where the rest of the items go. So let's see how I got on with these shelves and what I ended up doing with them. For the wall brackets, for the most part, these come in white, so they had to be painted. For the office, I painted black, and I did have to paint all 3 of them. For the pantry, they're white, and 2 of them I had to buy, and I got them in white, but one of them I already had, and that one, it was brown. I had to paint that. So I began by giving them everything a good scuff sanding. The shelf brackets I already had, for the most part. I've had them for years. They've moved with me from house to house, and they are in a variety of colors. They were either red or brown or white, and they had to be, for the office, painted black. And for the pantry, I think I only had to paint about 4 of them white. So I started with a scuff sand, and then it took a lot of coats of paint. I don't like spray paint. I'm not a big fan of spray paint. I don't like all those paint particles flying through the air. So I did use a brush and the trim clad paint, and it took a lot to cover them. And it's not the best coverage. It's not really smooth like spray paint would be, but hey, I just won't use the spray paint. On top of all of that, I was doing this in the dead of winter. There was no way I was spray painting in the house, and you certainly couldn't do it outside. And that just suited me fine, because then I ended up with a paintbrush anyway. The shelves in the office, I had to purchase the boards. Those are 8 inches wide and 36 inches long. And I started with of course, a sand, and then I did a primer and a couple coats of paint. Now I selected a blue paint that will match the blue in the curtains in the office, and I think will contrast nice with the green. The shelves in the office, I just painted them a basic off-the-shelf kitchen and bath white. I like the idea of just clean, crisp lines in the pantry. Utilitarian, really. I don't need any flares or decor. Really, it's a very utilitarian space. So I think I just put 2 coats of paint on these. These were shelves that I had before. The bottom shelf I'm doing 10 inches wide. I always like a wider shelf at the bottom. And the other 3 shelves I've got 8-inch wide. So these are painted and ready to go as soon as I get the mounts and brackets on the wall. This is one of those times when my my vision just is way off. Oddly, I've been putting black in here and I just don't like it. I like the blue, I like the green, I just don't like the black. I have to get new baskets. They're the wrong size. I originally got them for the other set of shelves that I'm going to put up. And I definitely need another set of shelves here. Those two are too far apart. They need to be closer together. That gap just looks ungainly and really, I don't know, vacant. So I will be getting another shelf. I think I will get a wider one and put the wider one on the bottom and then two narrower ones up at the top. So I also have to get two brackets. But yeah, wow, I hate it when that happens, when you just, I'm not even sure if I had a vision, but whatever it was, it sure isn't this. Well, it's up. And that's the main thing. I tried. I guess that's all I can ask for, is that I did try. And it's level, and that's what counts. So this is my pantry. This is where I'm going to put the second set of shelves. It is the same size as the office, but the opposite. And I've got a big chest freezer in here, and there is just no room to maneuver. So the shelves are going to be here. They're actually going behind. Well, if this door opens, it'll be behind the closet. This is the closet, and there's no room to maneuver in here. I'm not really going to be able to get the camera in. I'll try and do some shooting, but I would really like to get this shelf up as well. Okay, I got it started. These ones are a lot taller, so they went all the way up to the ceiling. I had to be careful that I didn't put one of them right up against the ceiling and then find out the ceiling was crooked and the rest of them didn't fit. I had to draw a line on the wall to get it straight. I don't have anything short enough to span that window to get a straight line, so I am crossing my fingers that I have got these level. I'm pretty sure that I do, but you never know. I'm really, really pleased with this one. This is exactly what I was thinking of. Haven't decided what to put on all of them yet, but I will. That's going to clear out some room. I'm liking this. And the shelves and the wall brackets and the shelf brackets are now in their forever home. They are not floating around in my dining room anymore, which was driving me nuts. And that's kind of the whole point of what I'm doing right now, is getting things into their forever home so that they're not cluttering up the rest of my house. I am so glad that I got those shelves up, despite the fact that I don't really like the ones in the office. Although they are growing on me, and some of it is easily fixable. I will get another shelf. It'll just take a little bit of time. But putting up the shelves did have the desired effect of clearing some of the clutter out of the rest of the house, especially the dining room where I had the shelves, the brackets, and the supports stored. With the reduction of clutter, I'm beginning to feel a little bit better about, who wants to live with that level of clutter? Everything pretty well from the multi-purpose room was somewhere else in the house, and that gets a little difficult to deal with after a while. So my next step now is to actually do a craft project in that room, and I've got something in mind. And it'll give me a really good idea of where I want to position myself, where I want the table, where I like to put some of the equipment. And I'm really looking forward to that. But before that, I've got the paddles to get back up on the wall. I've already got a solution for that. And thank you everybody for their ideas. And I've got a couple other things to put up. That won't take me very long. I will be getting to that soon, I hope, unless we get some really good weather, which I think is actually coming. And then I'll get out in the garden and I'll just wait for the next rainy day, or with the luck we're having here, the next snowy day. And I'll get those next few things up on the wall so that I can then concentrate on my craft project. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed getting the shelves on the wall. Thanks for dropping by. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up, and I would just love it if you would subscribe and join our community. I will see you next time. Bye for now.